So what's up, you guys? This is part three, take two. So when you're doing your power steering on your 73 to 79 or 87 pickups, or how should I say, all the way to 91 on the Blazers and the Suburbans and the crew cabs. I don't know if that goes for them too, from 1980 to 91 on those kind of trucks. So I want you to learn from my mistake. You do not need to remove your steering column unless if you're doing an upgrade on your power steering column, or on your steering column, or yours is damaged. So this is from the 74. That's from the 75. So what I want you to learn from this lesson is that I saw a video out there on 80s pickup, same steering column, same everything, but let me tell you right off the bat. So you have 5 holes here. See, on the 75 has 5 holes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is a plate here. See how it's missing the other piece? That other piece holds in through here on these clips, these little dimples. And that slot there, it just slides right in, and it just bolts to there, and that's the only bolt you need to use. I know that's kind of upside down, but my camera didn't flip over. So that's what I'm telling you, is those right there, you gotta take those off, and you gotta cut these off, but I didn't cut them off. If you just rip them hard, really hard, or you can cut them, that's how you have to take that off. And then the plate just goes in at an angle and goes in like that, so it's flush. And then you have this rubber boot here that's behind it, and that's what you got to do. And there's another bolt that I'll show you in a minute in another video when I get down there, is you got to take that off, that holds some of the wiring harness. I'll show you in a minute. Excuse me. So you got to take those off too, and I'll show you what size of socket you need for taking those off, and you need a wrench for that too. So it's kind of tricky because it's a clutch. I don't know about the automatics. I'm pretty sure the automatics are really easy. Eventually we're going to do an automatic swap on this and get one out of a 90s pickup or a Tahoe or a Suburban or something, and slap everything in here, like the big brake pedal and stuff. And then we'll do another column swap, but I'll do it right. I'll do one out of a 80s pickup or Suburban or Blazer if I find one. Then we're just gonna go ahead and buy it, and yeah, that's if I find one at a junkyard. But they told me at the junkyard for automatic transmission is $150. That's if you pull it, because it's a you pull it place, and they let you go and scrounge the yard for parts. They let you walk the yard. They just tell them what you need. They tell you where it's at, the vehicle, and all that. But that's on a later video. I'll tell you more about how to look for parts. So yeah, I'm gonna go put this one from the original 75 back in, and then I have this part down here. I have that plastic piece that goes in here for that. So I gotta figure out how that goes, and then we'll mess with it from there. And then sorry, there's a highway. You can hear all those trucks going by. So let's go and see what you need to take off. I'll probably do another video a little bit more, but here's what you got to do so far if you're doing a column steering swap. So what you got to do here is, in order to see these bolts here, see these two ones here, they're hanging down, they look like fangs, like teeth. There's the hole down there, and then I'll show you down there in a minute. But you got to take off this metal piece that goes here, and you got to take off the gauge panel. You got to take that off too. You gotta take off those knobs on your steering, on your radio, if you have that kind of radio. So yeah, and then you have, these are 14 millimeter small socket nuts that just go on there, and then the ones for down here on the bottom, you have six. You have 5 of these, but technically you have 6 because you gotta take off the wiring harness clamp, like a C clamp almost. You gotta take that off, and these are 10 millimeter, and you have 5 of those, and then a 6th one for the wiring harness. And then here's the wiring harness down here. Extra wires that are just hanging for the radio, I believe. But yeah, so you have these. There's 1 there, there's 2, and there's 3 right behind this one here, this post here. There's 3, and there's 4 down here, I think. Yeah, there's 4, and then there's 5, and then there's 6, because this wiring clamp, C-clamp kind of thing, goes up in there, in that hole right there. And then you have that funky triangle plate that goes there. So I will show you in a minute what the other side looks like, and I'll show you what you need to take off. So I'm going to do another video on the steering column, on how to remove a lock. Well, I don't know on how to remove a lock. And then that plastic piece for the turning signal, I might do that, I don't know, we'll have to see. So you're gonna have to take off all that off, and then you just, if you have one like mine, all you need is Phillips screwdrivers to take this panel off, and this metal piece that goes down here. I know I'm talking fast, but let's see how far we can go. Okay, so check out part 2 and part 1 for more. Now let's go on. I'm gonna close this door really hard. Sorry about that, the door latch is messed up. So what you need to do on the outside is, before you take anything off, before you take off that steering box down there, you got to take off these 2 bolts here, and I believe they're 14 millimeter. You just use the small socket for that, for those. And then you have, see up there on the air cleaner, if I can grab it. Okay, so this bolt, this U-bolt right here that has bolts sticking out, those are 14, and those are gonna be caked on there with some like tar stuff, or like silicone. And you gotta get in there with a knife. I had to get in there with my pocket knife, and you just get in there and you scrape all that stuff off those nuts that are there. I don't know if you can see them. Those 2 nuts that are there, that one and that one, you gotta take those off. You gotta take off that tar or goop or whatever they call it that they put on there for the firewall, because mine has it. And then so what you gotta do is you gotta use the big, the long neck, 14 millimeter long socket to take that off, and then use the small 14 millimeter to take that off. And then I'll show you what to do for the steering box in another video, because I'm going really long here. And so yeah, you really don't need to take that off unless if yours is messed up or anything like that. So that's what you need to do, and you need to avoid taking that steering column out, because you actually do not take that off for this year truck from 73 to 79 on the GM pickups, Blazers, Suburbans. And I don't know about 1980 to 91 on the Blazers and the pickups. I know not the pickups, because I know in 88 they changed it, but from 80 to 87 that's how long they run the body style for the regular pickup cabs. And so yeah, I don't know about the vans on that particular on the vans. I really don't know about those. I haven't messed with the van yet. So well, learn from my mistake. But you got to take off that panel, because it's a clutch. That's a lot harder. And then you got to cut off those little rubber nut nubs that are on there. So that's what you got to do. You got to learn from my mistakes. So now all I gotta do is clean up this power steering pump. I gotta go buy gunk. Gotta go buy some gunk and take that and take off all that crud off of there, off that oil that's caked on there. And then I'm gonna degrease the engine too. And my engine actually has a leak up there on the hose. I don't know if you can see it where it's wet. There's a leak right there, and I gotta fix that. And I'm gonna degrease this whole engine and then repaint it orange. Somebody before me went crazy with the orange over there because this truck was wrecked, and they fixed it, and I'll show you in a minute. And I'll show you what it looks like. I gotta go charge my phone because it says battery saver, so I'll go charge that. And so yeah, learn from my mistake. Stay tuned for part 4 on this, which is going to be removing that and explaining how to take that off. So stay tuned for part 2. For part 4. This is part 3 on your square body pickup power steering swap. So learn from my mistakes, and stay tuned for more. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.